Okay, this is task 6. Remove and install V-type belt. And then again, this is part of our cooling and lubrication labs that we're doing. The first thing again you want to do, go ahead and fill this information in on the top here. Year, make, and model. If I just give you an engine, I'll tell you what the year, make, and model is, and you can just fill this in at the top. Again, the objective: remove, inspect, evaluate the condition, and install the V-type belt on 2 vehicles. Of course, you're wearing eye protection. I'll give you the specific hand tools you will need to do this job, and then what vehicles or engines you're going to be doing. Again, and this is very similar to Lab 5 that you just did. The first thing I want you to do here is to draw a picture of the pulleys and the belts and how they go around those pulleys, and then come and explain to me again how you remove the belts from the pulleys, and then come get my signature here before you move on. After that, go ahead and do what you need to do. Loosen the adjusters and remove the belts. Come and show me again that you have them off. If you've got 1 or 2 or however many you have, I want you to take all the belts off that engine and come and show me. Once you have them off and I sign off, you can go ahead and reinstall the belts. But before you do that, again, go ahead and check the condition and write this down. Again, is it cracked, frayed, glazed, damaged? Does it look new? Give me some information here. And then go ahead and circle what you would recommend. Do you want to replace the belt, or do you want to leave it alone and there's no service required? And then tell me why here on these lines. Okay, very simple, very similar to the lab you just did in Lab 5, and go ahead and get this done as well. On our V-belt lab, here's our V-belts. There they are. They look like this. Okay, and they're in the shape of a V. That's why they're called V-belts. But we're going to have to take them off this pulley and this pulley. Now, what some students like to do, they want to unscrew all these bolts right here and take these off, and then give it to me and say, I did it. But what you actually need to look for is right here. I've got this sliding piece right here. What you have to do is loosen this nut on this bolt here. You might have to loosen another nut right here. You might have to loosen that up a little bit. And what that will allow is this whole thing to actually pivot, go in, and come out in order to loosen this up. Now, if we're looking at this, you can see that whoever did this last didn't do it right. They put the belt on the wrong pulley when it should be in the middle pulley, not the outside pulley. If you've done that, then you did it wrong. So make sure you line up the right pulley. Make sure everything is tight back on our parts. Over here, same thing over here. You have some things you can unbolt and loosen up, so this whole power steering actually will turn and pivot. And that way you can take the belt off and put it back on. When you come get this signed off, you need your foreman to come look at this and make sure it's correct, make sure everything's tight, make sure all the belts and bolts are put back together properly, and then I will sign it off for you.